Hello, welcome back to the Digital Gains podcast. I'm your host, Kev Lawrence. I am a designer and automation tech wizard. If you are new to this podcast, which you probably are because it's only the second episode, this is where I talk about how fitness coaches, personal trainers and gym owners can use marketing, automation, design to save time and help grow their business. In today's episode, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into a concept that I introduced last time. This concept is called growth engines. I first heard the term growth engines when I was reading a book written by a guy called Ryan Deiss. And the book's called Get Scalable. And Ryan talks about essentially how businesses can create the systems and the processes that they need to scale effectively. So something that I get quite geeky about, obviously, and really interests me. If you are interested in that side of things as well, then, and you might be because you're listening to this podcast, but if you want to dive a lot deeper into the best ways to scale your business and how to do it in this digital world that we live in, then I would highly recommend this book. It's about creating a business that can run without you. But in today's episode, what I want to do is just talk about one aspect of this that Ryan talked about and sort of coined the term growth engines. And I kind of realized when I was reading this that a lot of the concepts he talks about, I was actually already doing. I just wasn't articulating it in as good a way as he does in the book. But I'm going to try today. So think of your growth engine like planning a client's fitness program. Without having a structured plan in place, that client is never going to get results. So your fitness program that you set for that client has to have clear steps and a progression based on their goals and their struggles and everything like that, of course. But it has to have clear steps to help them build strength, lose fat, whatever it is, and to help them really achieve that goal. So if you don't have a game plan, if you don't have a blueprint, if you don't have a map, then they're never going to get the results that they want. They're never going to progress. So in the same way, your business needs a clear plan. And if we're talking about growth, then your business needs a growth engine in place. This growth engine will bring in clients and it will help you to grow consistently. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to keep it really simple and just give you like one sort of basic example of a growth engine. With growth engines, I kind of break it into kind of two key areas, and I talk about these key areas all the time with my clients. The first kind of key area within your growth engine is going to be marketing and lead generation, because a growth engine is how you get clients. So a growth engine has marketing and lead generation as a key area, and the second key area is your sales processes. And that's it. Anything after that, anything after you've made the sale, falls into, for example, onboarding or delivery. That's your fulfillment engine. Now, I talked about that on the last episode as well. But today it's just about the growth engine. So it's just about marketing. It's just about sales. I'm going to walk through my basic example. I'm going to use the example of an online coach who's obviously building their business and looking to grow, looking to bring in leads. And what we're going to do is, this coach loves high rocks, okay? So we're going to focus on something around that's who they work with, that's their clientele, other people that love challenging themselves, love doing high rocks events, maybe even Ironman, stuff like that. Before I dive into that specific example, I want to tell you exactly when it comes to marketing, there's obviously a number of ways in which you can market your business. Most coaches, or most businesses now, in the digital age that we live in, will be doing marketing through social media, a lot of organic marketing through social media, content marketing. So there's, everybody's probably posting workout tips. They'll be talking about their client wins, client transformations. They might be doing sort of behind the scenes of them training, behind the scenes of them in their home, their lifestyle, things like that. So of course you're building your brand, you're building trust, you're building authority, and helping to sort of attract the people that you want to attract, and hopefully they engage and they follow and they like and they start conversations, right? That's all the organic side of things. There's other areas, you could have your own podcast, you could be doing paid advertisement, you might already have been building your email list for a while, so you're probably already doing email marketing if that's the case. So there's a number of different ways in which where this growth engine will start. You have to have a starting point and you have to have an ending point. So our starting point is always going to be some form of marketing aspect. The end is going to be, of this growth engine, is going to be somebody paying and becoming a client. So what happens in between? That's what we're trying to cover here. Various different strategies of generating leads through socials, through paid ads, through email marketing, whatever it might be. 9 times out of 10, you need to direct that traffic somewhere. A lot of the time you'll have conversations, you'll DMs and stuff like that, and there will be some people that will want to apply or book on a call or work with you. But if you're wanting to scale, you need to have other things in place, and that's where landing pages come in. Having somewhere that you can direct a lead who's interested in working with you, you can direct them to a landing page that's got more information about what you do, about the results that you've helped achieve, and you can go into a hell of a lot more detail just on that landing page, answer FAQs, show the benefits, whatever it might be, right? So you might have an offer page for a landing page. Another type of landing page is going to be a lead magnet. A lot of coaches will have lead magnets, digital PDFs. They might have done video trainings or webinars and stuff like that. So they might already have a landing page for a lead magnet. And that's what I'm kind of going to use an example of today. So we've got our coach. Let's call her Sarah. And she loves events. She loves high rocks. And that's the type of people that she works with. Somebody that really has been training a while and wants to challenge themselves. So she puts up content on her socials all about training for CrossFit or high rocks or some sort of event. And she knows that the lead magnet that she has is going to really stick with her audience. Great. That's the first part is making sure that you've got something that's actually going to connect with your following and provide value. So if you've got that, great. What we want to do is Sarah posts a reel about her training for an upcoming high rocks, and she's got a hack about maximizing your training. And it's just maybe one tip, or maybe she posts a whole bunch of things about this. Every single one of those posts about her training for this high rocks event, she is going to, in the caption, talk about her full guide to beasting or dominating your first high rocks event. All she says is, DM me the word strength and I'll send you the guide. People comment or DM the word strength, and what we do is we direct them automatically. We direct them to Sarah's landing page. So that's step 2 of our growth engine. Step 1 was post on socials and direct them to this landing page. They go to that landing page and it's showcasing the lead magnet, it showcases the guide. That's step 2. Step 3 of our growth engine is the person that landed on that page can now opt in. They can put their name and their email address into the form to get access to that resource. If they opt in, they get access to it. Then we're going to email them. We're going to send them the link to the guide. And then what we do is we continue to email that person. We put them through an automated email sequence that's going to last maybe a couple of weeks. And we're going to provide more value. We're going to provide more tips or hacks around high rocks, because that's the type of content that they're interested in. That's what they've downloaded and wanted access to. So of course we're not going to go away and talk about something else like, fat loss. We're going to stick to the topic at hand, and we're just going to stack value. That's what you're going to keep doing. And what we're also going to do as part of that email sequence is we're going to pepper in randomly different links to book a call. Let's say we want to get somebody to book a free 15-minute call with me, and I'll help you get that extra edge at your next event, as an example. Right? So that's the call to action that we're going to run with. Some people will click that link and book a call. Great. So Sarah's now moved that person further along the growth engine. That person can book in via her, Calendly link, and they'll get, an automated email confirmation, automated reminders. Fantastic. Person turns up to the call. Sarah has that call with this person and listens to what they're struggling with, asks them what value they got from the guide, what helped them, what didn't, right? So she's even getting some feedback on that. And then she's going to offer advice. Right? And then she's going to also let them know exactly what she could do to help that person inside of her program and how she's helped others. Now, this isn't a podcast about sales calls, and I don't profess to be an expert in that. But this 15-minute call is just about how you can help that person. And hey, this is an introduction to my program and how I could specifically help you get that extra edge. And if that person then decides that they want to sign up, great. You've just converted that lead into a paying client. And that's the end of the growth engine. For those leads that are going through that email sequence and do not book a call, Sarah can keep them in the email sequence. They're going to keep getting value. You're going to keep building that trust and authority. When they get to the end of that email nurture sequence, they just go into your normal email marketing list, and where you might email once a week to that list with stories about yourself, stories about clients, more valuable content, talking about high rocks and the events and other things that you might do inside the program, and just continuing to build that relationship. And eventually that person who didn't originally book a call, 6 months later they might book a call with you because you've been building that trust and building that relationship with them. They're probably still following you online as well, so they're seeing you kind of pop up. And this type of growth engine that I'm talking about here, this example, is something that can just run in the background. It's evergreen, if you've ever heard that term before. And it just runs on autopilot in the background, allowing you to kind of bring in bring in leads drip fed, right? So it's just ticking away. I got another mentor that I work with, a guy called Dan Smith. He runs Strong Collective Mentoring. He kind of coined this term, slow marketing. And I kind of really relate to that. Like, set these systems up, let them run in the background, and this is your slow marketing. As long as you're posting on socials, you're sending an email maybe once a week, you've got lead magnets and they're going into an email nurture sequence, all automatic. This is the stuff that just in the background just runs along nicely. And yeah, it takes longer, and yeah, you kind of drip feeds leads in, but it's consistent. And that's why you need a growth engine. That is how you scale your business, because it allows you to then focus on other areas, and it allows you to do more of the fast marketing. So for example, if you've got an offer that you want to put out there, or maybe you run a group program every 3 times a year or something like that, that's going to bring in leads very quickly, bring in customers. But you've got your growth engine or growth engines running in the background on autopilot, and that's what's going to keep the leads coming in consistently. And that's why you need a really solid growth engine. All right, so now that we know the kind of basics about how to think about a growth engine, how do you actually kind of get that out of your head and onto paper? Well, in the last episode, I talked about grabbing a bunch of sticky notes and a Sharpie and just writing it down. So where do you start? Okay. In this example, it was post on social media. Then we ask them to DM the word strength to get access to a free resource. We send them to a landing page. They put their details in. They opt in. They go into the email nurture sequence. They click to book a call. You have that sales call. They decide to sign up. You take payment. That's your growth engine. So each sticky note is going to be a part of that. And to make this kind of even easier, what I've done is I've created a Miro template, which I'll link in the show notes. You can click on that, have a look at it, and you'll see that what I've done is I've got some digital sticky notes and put them in the order that I've just talked about, and you'll be able to see how that growth engine has been mapped out in its simplest form. And you can look at that and you can apply that example to your own growth engine. If you have any questions at all, or you want to share your kind of progress, or you're just not sure about anything that I've said today, then drop me a DM on Instagram at KevLawrenceDesign. I would absolutely love to hear from you. I would love to help you out. I'll see you in the next episode. I appreciate you listening. Take care.